This is my arrangement for Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus from the book Hymns for Piano. If you'd like to get the sheet music, the links are in the comments and the description below. Let me play the first part of the arrangement. Okay, so as you can hear, this arrangement has a very gentle type of lullaby feel to it. So I've arranged this in three parts: the melody, the inner voicing, and the bass notes. So the bass notes has this repetitive descending bass line. The inner voices are quite spaced out. Sometimes they're close to create this tense feeling. So combining the inner voice and the bass notes. With that type of voicing and bass line, you get this almost cinematic type of feel, very minimalist, reminds me a lot of Erik Satie. Combine that with the left hand and the right hand melody, gives us a very gentle, open sound. If you've been enjoying these piano arrangements on YouTube, I'd love to invite you to join the Hymns for Piano membership on Patreon. Each month, members receive beautiful new hymn arrangements written specifically for the piano, with rich harmony, expressive textures, performance videos, sheet music downloads and more. It's designed for worship pianists who want to continually grow the repertoire and bring a more beautiful concert-style sound to their playing. You can find the link in the description below. I'd love to have you there. Let's look at the harmony. So I started with F major. I'm adding the second note. Then I move on to an F major 7 chord with an E bass. So what is F major 7? F with the E, and I add an E bass. So F, F7 with E, D minor, and surprise, F7. And my voicings are all open. Open meaning there's a lot of space in between the notes. Sometimes I'll make it open, but I have a little bit of a closed space to give it some variety. Okay, so this is all typical of very minimalist type of arrangements. The music is quite open, it's quite gentle. There's a lot of space in between the notes, between the two hands. Okay, moving further on in the arrangement. Later on in the arrangement, I have this very Brahms type of left hand part with the right hand. Okay, so this type of left hand patterns you find a lot in Brahms intermezzi, some of his rhapsodies as well, as this typical type of left hand flowing patterns. Yeah, the piece is further developed in the same key of F major. Later on, we move on to a new key in A major. So the reason why I do this is that hymns are quite simple, the melodies are not very long. To extend the arrangement, I like to introduce at least 2 or 3 keys. So we were in F major, and to get to the new key of A major, I use 2 chords, a B half diminished and an E chord. Can almost sound like an interrupted cadence, which means it's quite sudden. So let's listen to that key change. Okay, so now we're in the new key of A major. If you'd like to arrange and learn how to arrange, it's good to be able to master the ability to change keys. It's one of the most effective ways to transition or extend your arrangements. So in the A major section, I now have the melody in the left hand. Okay, and in the right hand, as this accompaniment figure together. And for performing purposes, I recommend to get this right hand as legato, smooth as possible, instead of detaching it and just putting down the pedal. There's quite a big difference. If I put down the pedal and play detached, and listen if I play legato with the pedal down. It's quite a big difference in the quality of the sound that you get. Always remember, if the note is under phrase, keep it legato, keep it quite smooth. Alright, so the arrangement continues, and at the end I introduce something different. I have the A major chord, going to the B chord, going to the C chord, going to the D chord, and then ending on the A chord. This is something you often find in Hollywood. What they call a pedal point, where the same note in the bass is repeated over and over and over again. So let's listen to that ending. And notice that sudden change in sound quality at the end with the pianissimo. So what I use there is the left pedal. It's called una corda. Some people just refer to it as the soft pedal. So what it does, it moves the hammers closer, and you get a softer type of sound on the piano. On a grand piano, it's quite dramatic. The keys tends to shift when you press down the left pedal. So this is without the left pedal, and this is with the left pedal. Can you hear it's almost muted, almost dull. So yeah, so that's my arrangement for Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus. If you want to play this, it's part of my Hymns for Piano book. Hymns for Piano has been downloaded by thousands of pianists. To this day, it still continues to sell extremely well. It's definitely your go-to hymn book I would recommend for intermediate and advanced pianists. Some of the arrangements are a bit on the advanced side, but quite a few of them are intermediate, advanced. And these are nice as offertory pieces or even as concert pieces.